So if you've got a Mercedes B180 CDI and you've got problems with your EGR valve sticking, I'm just at the garage now, so I'll show you where it is and what's required to take out the EGR valve. So first of all, you have to strip off the top of the air filter element and the cables which are attached to it, which you're going to probably see here. And the location of the EGR valve is here, it's this piece. So I'm just waiting now for the mechanic to take it out to see how bad it is on the inside. So far we can't actually get the valve out, but what we've done is we've cleaned it with some of this EGR cleaner that actually does the plunger. And you can probably see now, this was stuck before, now it seems like it's working fine. So this is what the valve looked like when we got it out. I've just sprayed it with a bit of cleaner, but it's absolutely caked up. So I'm going to do the first cleaning process now with some EGR cleaner. Gracias. So that's it so far. I'm now using some of this fiberglass cleaner, which is very good for removing carbon. I'm now just going to give it a couple of minutes so it gets right down the valve shaft. So that's it now, that's stage 3. I'm now going to use some of this Mr. Oven muscle cleaner that I saw in somebody else's really helpful video. I've got it to this position now, but you can see there's still a lot of crud in there. So I'm just going to see if I can get something to get all of that out. You can probably see inside the valve there how much carbon build-up there is. So we've got it to this stage now. There's a little bit of carbon left on it, which I'm just going to try and give it a little bit more time with the oven cleaner and see if we can get that off. And that now is the valve completely cleaned. There's a couple little specks on it, but there's absolutely nothing to worry about there. So you can probably see in there we've cleaned all that out as well before reassembling, and he's also been in with the endoscope and it's all nice and clean inside. Here it goes for the reassembly. Just put a little bit of Vaseline around the O-ring, which is actually in good condition. I know you should really replace an O-ring, but there's actually nothing wrong with it. So mounting the EGR valve is obviously just a reverse of disassembly. So as I've just said, just put a little bit of Vaseline around that seal, mounted it back in, and then it's just a case of securing the bolts to correct torque and then assembling the rest of the air filter. Just in case anybody's wondering about the Vaseline, this is actually a neutral Vaseline what he's using on all the joints here, just to make sure everything is seated and sealed properly. So that's it guys, car's back together, and we're just checking the fault codes, which there was one on the injectors, one on the control module. We'll clear them and then we'll be off to testing. So guys, there we go, all the lights are out. Working absolutely fine. We're actually a few days on from doing the clean in the garage, as I wanted to test the car. So that's a summary of the Mercedes B180 CDI W245 series EGR valve clean, opposed to a replacement valve that I got quoted just under €1,000 at Mercedes. It has cost me €120 for the time to have it removed. I cleaned it myself, we've refitted it, and it seems to be absolutely fine. It's worthwhile noting it probably is a good idea in your maintenance schedule to get those valves cleaned every so many thousand kilometers, because what I seem to have found out is as the valves clog up with all of the carbon, it then makes the plunger or the solenoid part of the valve more restrictive. That puts strain on the electrical side, and that's probably one of the things that contributes to the electrical failure. So all in all, I'm very pleased. I hope the video has been informative. If you've got a B180 and you've got an EGR valve problem, I wasn't really able to find a video online that showed me how to do it or where to locate it. So hope that's been helpful. Guys, thanks very much. And if you do like the channel content, which this video is a little bit different to my normal content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.